This is the host with Top 5, and this is the top 5 most ruthless WWE superstars. The year was 2002. Hulk Hogan had just dropped the WWE title to The Rock for a second time in their long-running feud. That same night, the newly reunited Dudley Boys would go on to defeat Edge and Christian to win the tag team titles. And Brock Lesnar, well, he was busy destroying everyone in his path while looking to capture his first WWE championship. These moments in time all took place during an era that has since been dubbed the Ruthless Aggression Era. During his early days in WWE, the 6-foot-tall powerhouse aligned himself with another up-and-coming star, John Cena. After all, he's one of the most accomplished superstars in the history of the company. Standing at a towering 6'3" and weighing in at a massive 280 pounds, this professional wrestler turned mixed martial artist is a true physical specimen. Born on July 12, 1977 in Webster, South Dakota, Lesnar's passion for sports began at a young age. And why? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're there, don't forget to like and subscribe. He excelled in football, basketball, and track during his time in high school, and went on to earn a scholarship to wrestle at the University of Minnesota. Lesnar's dominance in the wrestling world was evident from the start. He became the first ever Big Ten Conference heavyweight champion while at the university and caught the attention of WWE scouts. After graduating, Lesnar decided to pursue a career in professional wrestling and signed with WWE in 2000. What followed was a meteoric rise to fame. Lesnar quickly climbed the ranks and won the WWE Championship just 2 years after making his debut. He became a fan favorite and one of the most recognizable faces of the company. However, Lesnar's career took a different turn in 2004 when he announced that he had signed with UFC, despite his success in WWE. Lesnar was drawn to the world of mixed martial arts and wanted to test his skills against the best in the industry. After several successful fights in UFC, Lesnar returned to WWE in 2012 and once again became a top contender. He has since won the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship multiple times and continues to be one of the most popular and feared wrestlers in the industry. But what many people don't remember is that the Viper actually debuted in WWE right around the same time that the Ruthless Aggression Era was beginning. And his career really took off during the Ruthless Aggression Era, when he first debuted in WWE. Cena was a rapper trying to make it big in the entertainment industry, but soon found himself in the WWE ring. Although he had no experience, the young superstar quickly picked up the ropes and became one of the most electrifying wrestlers on the roster. Over the next decade, Cena would go on to become a 16-time world champion, a 5-time United States champion, and a 2-time Royal Rumble match winner. He was also named WWE's Superstar of the Decade for the 2010s, but it was on just Cena's in-ring skills that made him such a dominant force during the Ruthless Aggression Era. It was also his charisma and ability to connect with the audience. Cena was known for his catchphrases like "Yuku" and "See Me" and "Never Give Up," as well as his trademark 5-knuckle shuffle and spinning slam. He was also incredibly dedicated to his craft and worked tirelessly to improve both his wrestling skills and his physique. Dana's work ethic and determination were an inspiration to fans all over the world. But perhaps what made Cena the most ruthless of them all during this time was his ability to bounce back from adversity. He was never afraid to put his body on the line and take risks in the ring, which often left him battered and bruised. But he always seemed to come back stronger than ever. One of the most iconic moments of Cena's career was his match against JBL at WrestleMania 21. The match was a no-holds-barred brawl, which meant that anything went. Cena took a steel chair to the head and was covered in blood, but he still managed to rally and win the match. This displayed not only his physical toughness, but also his mental fortitude. Overall, Cena's impact on the wrestling industry is undeniable. He has inspired countless fans and paved the way for many young wrestlers. Although he may have retired, his legacy will live on forever. In fact, he was the winner of the 2002 WWE Open Challenge, which allowed him to face off against anyone in the company. At the time, Orton was just 22 years old and had a lot to prove, but he quickly made a name for himself with his arrogant and cocky attitude, as well as his impressive in-ring skills. As the years went on, Orton would go on to win 14 World Championships, 2 WWE Championships, and 10 World Heavyweight Championships. He would also become the 8th member of the exclusive WWE Triple Crown and the 4th member of the WWE's coveted 2-time Grand Slam Club. But it was unjust Orton's accomplishments in the ring that made him such a ruthless competitor during the Ruthless Aggression era. It was also his willingness to do whatever it took to win. Orton was not afraid to cheat, lie, or steal if it meant coming out on top. And this often put him at odds with the fans. However, this also made him a compelling and unpredictable character who was always exciting to watch. Together, they became known as the Duo 3-Minute Warning and were determined to take over the company.
However,
after a few months, the two would part ways, and Batista would soon find himself on the radar of Evolution, a powerful group of wrestlers led by Triple H. It was during this time that Batista really started to develop his in-ring skills and become a fan favorite. His size and strength made him a formidable opponent, but he also had a charismatic personality that fans couldn't help but root for. In 2005, Batista would win his first WWE World Heavyweight Championship after defeating Triple H at WrestleMania 21. This was a huge moment for Batista, as it was the first time a wrestler of Indian descent had won the top prize in professional wrestling. From there, he would go on to have several more successful runs as champion and cement himself as one of the most popular wrestlers of his generation. But it wasn't just Batista's in-ring skills that made him so great. He was also incredibly dedicated to his craft. He trained hard, pushed himself physically and mentally, and always seemed to be willing to go that extra mile. For example, he famously had a steel plate surgically removed from his back just so he could continue wrestling. He was also known for his incredible work ethic and never backed down from a challenge. Batista's dedication to WWE and professional wrestling as a whole was truly inspiring, and he will be remembered as one of the greatest of all time. But who exactly are the most ruthless superstars from this time?
Ow.
Chris Benoit was at the height of his career during the Ruthless Aggression era. With a grueling schedule, the Canadian Crippler had become one of the most beloved stars in the company and was over with fans everywhere. In fact, it was so bad that some fans even began chanting "Benoit sucks" as they wanted him to turn heel. So it came as somewhat of a shock when Benoit turned on the fans and murdered his wife and child before taking his own life. But regardless of what happened, Benoit was truly the epitome of a ruthless competitor during his time in WWE. In fact, one of his signature moves was called the Crippler cross-colored after his actual nickname, which was given to him because he would use any means necessary to get the job done. He didn't care about championships or what fans thought of him. All Benoit cared about was being the best wrestler out there and doing whatever it took to achieve that goal. At the time of his death, Benoit was riding high on the success of winning his first and only WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He had recently defeated Triple H at WrestleMania 20 in a highly praised match, and many believed that he would go on to have a long and successful run as champion. But tragically, that was not meant to be. Instead, Benoit's legacy has been forever tarnished by the actions he took outside of the ring. Number 5. Chris Benoit. Arguably one of the greatest technical wrestlers of all time. No. 4. Batista. After failing to make it in WCW, Dave Bautista took his talents to WWE and never looked back. No. 3. Randy Orton. If you've been watching WWE for any amount of time, then you're likely familiar with the legendary Randy Orton. Number 2. Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is a force to be reckoned with. Number 1. John Cena. Love him or hate him, John Cena is undoubtedly one of the most popular and successful wrestlers of all time. Who do you think should have made the list? Which superstar was your favorite during the Ruthless Aggression era?